Hey, class. So we're looking at people of the woods and water as part of chapter four, Ojibwe. So the Ojibwe, you learned last week that they were a people on the move. They had that long journey over hundreds of years from where they lived near the Atlantic Ocean or maybe near Hudson Bay, also up in Canada, and they came to the Minnesota and Wisconsin, Upper Michigan, and this part of the world around Lake Superior. Um, but they didn't just stay in one place. They would move with the seasons. So not only did they have the big migration, they also moved as the seasons changed. So every season, spring, summer, fall, and winter, they would traditionally have a different place to live and do what they needed to survive. Um, so you're going to be watching some videos. You're going to be reading some things, and I'm going to go through them here too with you about each season. The first thing I want to talk about is what they would have been doing in this time of year. So fishing. The people have always lived near the lakes or rivers, places where they could get fish. That was a very important thing for the Ojibwe. The picture above there is some women mending some nets, and a man too, I guess. Mending some nets, that they would put out in the water and catch fish that way. Um, During the warm months of the year, the women did most of the fishing. They would hang those nets that waded straight down into the water. Um, Fish would swim in and get caught in it. They'd haul the nets in and they'd have their catch of fish. During the cold months, men did a lot of the fishing. They would cut holes in the ice and try to attract the fish with some lures that they made. There's a good video to watch. I'm not going to hit it right now, but I want you guys to go in and watch this video. To show some pretty cool stuff there. So that's one of the things they did. Moving on here in the spring, when the melting snow started coming and ice started turning black on the lakes, they knew it was time to go to where they would have a sugar bush or go maple sugaring or making maple syrup is what more people do today. Um, the journey to that camp was an exciting time. Spring's coming. We were getting rid of these cold months. The warm weather is coming. They would tell stories, of course, with their oral history. People would meet up because they haven't seen them all winter. And it was a happy time. They would go to the sugar bush, which is a camp where they would, where obviously maple trees are growing, where they could tap the trees and make that sugar. Again, there's a good video on this page about making maple sugar. This would be a basket they would have made to store the maple sugar. So yes, you have maple syrup for your pancakes. If you boil the real stuff down further or have your parents do that, you can make maple sugar too. You just got to really watch it. Don't do this one on your own. So kids were involved, moms, dads, elders, everybody was involved in the maple sugaring thing. They would store this. It was a way to season their food, so it wasn't just bland food all the time. And it's really sweet and good. If you ever get a chance to try it, please do. Excuse me. Edit that out. Another important thing in the springtime was making canoes. You can see this picture here of men, women, and children working on this canoe. They got the poles into the ground. They got long pieces of birch bark that they sew together um, and help make that canoe. It was a very important thing to do at that time. Um, that's what I got for the spring. Let me know if there's questions. Hop onto a Google Meet. We'll see ya.